I've had the iPhone 14 Pro since the day of release, and I wasn't actually going to upgrade this phone until the iPhone 16, but recently my dad's phone's actually broken. He actually wanted to put towards some money towards a phone, and he said about £500–600, and I thought, you know, don't even worry about getting a second-hand one for that. He's going to be taking this one, and then I thought I'd then upgrade, use this as an excuse to upgrade myself to the 15 Pro Max. I opted for the Max just because I feel like these two phones are too similar to each other. So in order for it to sort of like feel a bit better for me and have some sort of improvement in my life, I figured I'd just try and get like a bigger screen for it. But overall, for the past couple of years, phone upgrades have been very minuscule. They've been just very incremental updates. It's not really worth upgrading yearly anymore. At this point, it probably makes sense probably like every 2 to 3 years cycle, you have an upgrade. So as before for this video, I'm just doing a quick unboxing of it. And as you can see here, I've also got the iPhone 15 Pro Max clear case, the official Apple one. I've used clear cases in the past, the generic ones that you could purchase from Amazon, and over time you do get this yellowing effect, and I really don't like it. So I've had the iPhone 13 Pro, and this is a work phone, and this is the official Apple clear case, and I noticed that this one's actually upheld its clearness. It looks just so much better than this one. And this one is actually younger than this phone, but granted, I don't carry this phone with me at all times because it is a work phone. So I've had this phone more or less since the day of release, and it's actually held up pretty good. The only complaint that I've ever had with this phone is this lightning cable. It's a pretty obvious complaint by now, and as many of you are probably aware, the iPhone 15 now has moved on to the USB-C port. Now this is obviously thanks to the EU. Despite not being the biggest fan of the lightning port, it hasn't been the biggest hindrance in my life because everywhere amongst my home, I'm actually wireless charging. I also have a MagSafe Duo charger when I travel everywhere I go, and that just connects obviously through the lightning cable, unfortunately. But then when I'm actually charging my devices, it's through the wireless MagSafe, and I've also got the Apple Watch charger as well. I have been caught out a couple of times where I've forgotten my charger at home, and there have been times when, say, I'm at work, and I noticed someone's got a USB-C laptop charger that if my phone was USB-C compatible, I could have just charged it through there. But it's only happened a handful of times where it's been a bit of a hindrance in my life, but for the most part, USB-C is how I'd want to move forward anyway, because another issue that I have is when I take photos and videos on this, because I do actually edit videos that I shoot on my phone, I actually then have to airdrop them over to my laptop, which takes a very long time to do so. Here, I should be able to now just connect it through USB-C and just transfer it straight across. I never actually tried to do it through Lightning, but the Lightning cable is a slow cable anyway, so it would have been pretty slow. Nothing more to be said other than let's just get unboxing. Now, as you can see, I've opted for the white color. I've only gone for the 256GB storage model just because I'm being a bit of a cheapskate. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put this case on. Before I peel this off, let's get the screen protector out. This has been the case for the past couple of years now. We don't get anything else in the box. You no longer get your earphones in there. You don't get a charging brick. You just get a USB-C to USB-C cable. This is actually a nice braided USB-C cable. I don't actually know the power rating on it, but I would imagine it being just enough for your phone and nothing more really. I'm going to leave this on for the meantime, just because I'm going to get the tempered glass out. I'd say probably like the past 5 years of every phone that I've had, I've always purchased these tempered glass screen protectors off Amazon. I think they've rebranded up different manufacturers here and there, or maybe I've just purchased from different sellers, I'm not too sure, but either way, I usually get tempered glass ones. I was actually going to try cowboy it and stick the screen protector over this, but I need to take the case off because they do actually have a guide here. Don't know if you can see that. Overall, it's been a bit of a successful one, except there's a tiny little air bubble there. And here is the new USB-C port. Just comparing it to the old Lightning. I do actually have quite big hands, but I thought the phone would be a lot bigger. So as before, I wasn't actually going to upgrade my phone. I was actually going to wait for the iPhone 16, but it's just the way that it kind of planned out in my personal life that it kind of like kickstarted the idea of an upgrade. So here we are today. I remember before the official announcement of the USB-C, I did actually have the iPhone 12 Pro, and I was actually saying that I was actually going to hold out and hold onto my iPhone 12 Pro until the iPhone has a USB-C port. So I was a little bit bummed out when I got the 14 Pro last year, and then one generation later, they ended up adding the USB-C port, because at that point we had no idea when it was going to come. But I don't expect this phone to blow my mind. I don't expect to be like hugely impressed by all the micro improvements, the camera, the processor, and all that type of stuff. I wouldn't say I'm a heavy user on my phone in the sense that I don't actually do too many different things. So I won't actually see the benefits of the actual processing power when it comes to certain tasks. But what I will say is that obviously I'm a keen photographer, videographer, and it is my profession. So therefore, I would love to see what this can offer me for that reason. One of the things that I'll be testing the ProRes RAW video, and just to see if you can actually tell the difference and if you can actually see the benefits of shooting such a high bit rate, data rate, and so forth. So there's actually plenty of reviews of this phone already all over YouTube at this point. So I'm actually going to tackle it in a slightly different way though. I'm actually going to test only certain features that I'm going to be interested in. And like I said, it's going to be the cameras that I'm more specifically going to be focusing on. I might even try to do one of these videos with this phone. So we'll see how we go. So if you're interested in the camera side of things and there's anything specific that you want me to test out, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, just watching.